back to the Diabetic Diet Show. Today's show is flat pan lemon pork number 269, and it's with roasted vegetables and a lemon dressing. I have the pork already pre-cooking, and I have the ingredients, and I'm going to put them out on a cookie sheet. So one of the things I would recommend, either use foil or this parchment paper like this, because you're going to throw this in the oven for 20 some minutes. You know, the pork, you're going to cook it until it's 170 to 180, and the vegetables, you're going to cook them for 20 some minutes at about 450 degrees until they're roasted and they look good. So I have also ingredients. I have garlic, Italian seasoning, red onion. I have potatoes that I'm going to slice long ways. I have a lemon, some Parmesan cheese. I have hot red pepper. Sometimes I use it, mainly if my son is here, he likes hot red pepper. Barb and I are not real big fans of hot red pepper. And then I also have some honey. So let's get started getting stuff out here. Now, these broccolis are frozen. So what I'm going to do with the broccolis is I'm going to part cook them in the microwave. So if you're going to use fresh ones, obviously they're not frozen like this, and you can put them out on a cookie sheet. What I like to do is just put them in the microwave for about 45 seconds. So here's the broccolis. I just defrosted them, put them on here, just like that. Then I will take my potatoes, and I need to wash these. Here's a new strainer I got from the local store. Let's go give these a rinse. Okay, these are all rinsed. Let's go ahead and cut these up. Today we're going to be cutting long ways. So I just went ahead and cut down the center just like that, so they'll sit safely on the cutting board. And then cut one more time. I'm going to put them kind of wedge size down. I have my thumb behind it, if you can see, and that just holds it so it doesn't roll. You do this a lot, you get good at it. There you go, there's my last potato. Okay, I'm going to put that on like that. Now I'm going to grab my pork and show you my pork. I have part cooked this so that it's mostly cooked. If you don't, obviously you're going to have to cook it until the meat is done and then do your vegetables. This just makes it easier because I have the New Wave oven that I can just throw it in there. Now let's use half of an onion. And then let's go ahead and quarter it this way. Let's try to clean up this mess on these red onions. You know, they're kind of messy. I like to try to dig into it a little bit and pull that outer shell. If there's a center like that, you want to pull the center out. You really don't want that center core out of the onion. So go ahead and pull him out of there as well, just like that. Sometimes you have to use your fingers to do this stuff. Pull the outer cover off that. There we go, just like that. And I'm trying to move along here a little faster than you might if you're working in your kitchen. Now I'm going to cook these right in slices, so that's how I want to cut them. So nice and slow, just like that. go nice and slow, you'll be okay and not gonna hurt yourself. If you do cut yourself, check out my first aid video in advance, preferably before you cut yourself, on different types of band-aids. And if you have a really, really deep cut, you have to use the type of band-aid that holds things together. It's called a butterfly. There we go. Look at all that, huh? Isn't that great? There we go. Wow. Now let's just clean this up here just a little bit, really fast. Once in a while I miss the wastebasket. So we're the cleanup crew. Barb and I are the cleanup crew. So I try not to make too much of a mess, but if you're going to try to go fast, I have the oven preheated already and it beeped that it's ready, so I'm trying to get this done here at a faster clip. That's why you see me throwing things on the floor here a little bit, but I'll take a break after I throw this in the oven and clean them up. I usually try to clean up while things are cooking. I missed again, didn't I? That can go in the blooper reel. Here's a video of James throwing stuff all over the place. Some days things work better than others. Now take your garlic near your end so your knife overlaps the end. Give it a little bit of a pop like that. It'll crack that garlic for you. Keeping my fingers back in that claw. You see, I keep my finger up on the knife. A lot of people that cook don't do that. I get messages from people that say, you should hold the knife like this. I just never held the knife that way. And I've been cooking probably since I was 10 years old, so that was probably 1970. When I was a kid, we used to fold down the stove door and use that to cook on. So that was my like countertop to cook on. And I used to make bacon and eggs and toast, French toast. To this day I still love French toast. And that was how I cooked when I was a kid. Now all this has to go in. Here's your lemon. You want to quarter it so that it's easy to put in the lemon press, and you want to call it a lemon squisher. I have the lemon ready to go. See this? So this will put juice out here all over that. So we'll do that in a little bit. I was avoiding bending down to pick that up. Knew I was going to have to. There we go. Here's a little bit of seasoning. I'm just going to sprinkle on top here, just a little bit of seasoning. And then we'll do the rest in our mix. This is just an Italian seasoning. Just like that. Let's do some salt and pepper. Here's just some regular salt, table salt, pepper. Just like that. Here's some lemon. Olive oil. Thank you to my sister, who was my oil supplier. You can buy olive oil online. It comes in a lemon. It's really good for this meal. Let's go ahead and throw this in the oven. Now, depending on your oven and how things cook, I'm just going to set this for 20 minutes. Count the beeps. That was 20. There you go. Let that go. I'll clean things up. In the bowl that I used in the microwave to defrost the broccoli, I'm going to go ahead and just make a dressing up really fast. So I'm going to shoot in some honey. And by the way, if you want the ingredients on this and how much I'm using, go ahead and click on the subscribe button in the lower right hand corner, and then you'll see the word more, and then all of my measurements will be there, where it's going to tell you that I used a half an onion, and I used a clove of garlic, and 12 ounces of potatoes, and you know, all those measurements and everything will be there. By the way, if you want to go to my website where I have more pictures, more videos, more details, that's jamestdds.blogspot.com. I've already dumped in the honey. So for garlic, I'm using the roasted garlic from the grocery store. I've been using this quite a little bit, and I like it a lot. And then I have some cheese. Lots of times I'll grate cheese if I'm in a hurry after work. I'll just go ahead and use this. We don't use a real lot of this. Italian seasoning, just like that. And as always, salt and pepper. So then I take my lemons and I put them in the press. Just like that. There we go. Then I have an Italian dressing whisk. You could use either one of these that you want to use. I have this in a smaller model. I have this one here. These work really well. You know how honey is, it's pretty stiff. But once you start to get that lemon juice in it, it'll start to break down your honey and get it to mix together. If you wanted, you could throw this in one of your mixers or bullets if you want. I don't really think you need to. I have this all set, ready to go. The next thing I'm going to do here before I clean up is I'm going to go throw these on the sheet pan in the oven. We're down to our last minute on this. I'm going to go ahead and go take it out. We'll take a look at it and mix our dressing with it and serve it up. Really, really smells good. Now I did pull the pork roast out early because I had par cooked it. It had the little thermometer on the top of it that pops up to tell you. I've also checked it with a thermometer to make sure that it was, you know, looking good. So I'm real sensitive to that. I like to make sure that my food is cooked well. This thing's going to beep in a minute anyway. Let's do it. I'll tell you one thing, that pan coming out of the oven is warm. I felt it through my gloves. I have some new firefighter gloves coming. I might have to use those to cook with. Look at this. This looks delicious. Let's go ahead and let's get a plate and we'll get this served up. As far as this beef goes, you want to let it rest for a few minutes. Hard to hold on to. Let's try it again. Look at that. That is delicious. Wow. Let's go ahead and cut this off and just take a look at things. Wow. A piece like that. And then let's get a scoop for some vegetables. We'll just scoop out some of these vegetables like this. Just get that on the plate like that. And then for the salad dressing, make sure it's mixed. You notice there was no vinegar on this because we use that lemon juice. You just pour this over just like this. And then you go ahead and serve it up. That's the show for the day. Thanks for watching. Goodbye for now.